Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So find the limit of this sequence as n tends to infinity. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, learn to just glance at this sequence and then extract information about that sequence. So learn to just glance at this bit here. You can see that this bit here will just oscillate between -1, 1, -1, 1, -1, 1, and so on. It's just going to jump back and forth between 1, -1, 1, -1, and so on. So you're going to get 1, and then you add 1, take away 1, add 1. So the sequence here is going to be like this. So the sequence here is going to be, well, you know, this bit here is going to be, add 1, take away 1, or add 1, take away 1, and so on. So here you've got 1, add, well the first, well, it's going to be, I don't know where it starts, but it's going to be 1, add 1. So it's going to be 2, and then later on it's going to be 1, take away 1. So that would be 0, and then it's going to be 1 add 1, so that would be 2. It's just going to jump like this. It's just going to oscillate like that. But remember the precise definition of limit. If a limit exists, let's say if a limit exists, then I can give you any tolerance epsilon here, any tolerance, and that there exists a capital N somewhere where all small n above capital N will lie within this tunnel here. So if a limit exists, the sequence must be within this tunnel that I've given you in effect. But here you've got you see there's capital N where, well, that doesn't exist. It's here you can see that it's never going to be trapped within this tunnel. So the limit doesn't exist. Remember, if a limit doesn't exist, then we say it's divergent. So this sequence is divergent. Okay. So next one. So find the limit of this sequence as n tends to infinity. Remember, learn to just glance at it and then extract information about the sequence. So if you look at this, it's going to be -1, 1, -1, 1, and so on. So just learn to well, press pause and have a go. Okay, so looking at this, you can see that that's going to oscillate, and then as n tends to infinity, this thing here is just as n tends to infinity. So this thing here is going to be 1 over a very, very big number as n tends to infinity. Then this thing here is going to be 0. It's going to head towards 0. So this thing here is going to head towards 0. So if you look at this thing here, 1 take away 0 is going to be 1. So as n tends to infinity, this bubble here is going to be the number 1. And then you've got this thing that's multiplying with 1, and then later on -1, and then later on 1, and then -1, 1, -1. So this thing is just going to oscillate. 1 times, well, this thing here, you're going to have this is going to be the number 1, and then this thing here multiplied by -1, and then later on multiply by +1, so that would be this, and then here you can see that it oscillates again. So here there doesn't exist a capital N. Oops, there doesn't exist a capital N. Remember the definition of limit. I give you a tolerance, and then there must exist a capital N where all the small n above capital N from all the way to infinity, the sequence must lie within this tunnel. But here, because it oscillates like this, it doesn't. Well, here the limit doesn't exist. So this sequence here diverges. Okay.